There's James's meal for today. He has one hard taco and 2 soft ones, and he can put his own pomegranate on there. This is what I cooked the lentils with. I'll talk about that in a minute. We're going to talk about this, that, Indigo Girls, and Stanleyville got bottom of the stack.
Is that about Africa or what?
What?
Stanleyville.
Well, no idea what they thought it was about.
There's a place that used to be called Stanleyville, Congo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it'd be named after the explorer, American explorer Stanley, who his big discovery was David Livingstone, who was exploring Africa.
So the tacos have Crazy Monkey salsa on them, those two. But they're actually, I think they're going to be pretty sweet. So, and that's not just because there's bananas in the Crazy Monkey salsa, but because I cooked the lentils that I showed you, the lentil soup mix, lentil and oat soup mix. I cooked that with in tomato juice because I had lots and lots of jars of tomato juice in the fridge.
That's a good idea.
And I was telling James, drink it, it's gonna go bad. And then I thought, why don't I just do something with it? So that's what I did.
You made soup.
I made, well, sort of. I cooked the lentils with like this package. It says to cook with 5 cups of water. Well, I used, like, I put that in the rice cooker, and then I filled the tomato juice up to the 4-cup mark, including the lentils and oats that were in there, right? So, and that cooked it really well. So basically, it cooked to the consistency of like beans and tomato sauce, how you buy those cans, and yeah, it worked out really nicely. It's very tasty. So kind of sweet, and I mean the soup mix is salty, but in the tacos it works out really nicely. So, oh, forgot to turn this off. So you can see I don't have very many tomatoes today because this is just from my place, and
that's still quite a few.
Yeah, I guess so. I just I haven't been harvesting James's for the last little few days because
we were on a hike.
We were on a hike, and
you were feeling. I'm amazed you finish off that hike because I think you got a little bit of a certain bug that's going around. We're not going to mention what it is. We don't want to incur the wrath of the powers that be.
It could be that my shot is wearing out.
For some sort of a bug that might be still going around.
I'm so tired.
So let me just like, what's in this? Is that the thing?
That's
that you
Crazy Monkey salsa, and then there's tomatoes, and then there's beets, and like I steamed. What I did is I have a rice cooker with it has a steamer basket that goes on top of it, and I cooked the beets in the steamer basket while I was cooking the lentils with the tomato, and that actually took quite a while to cook. Longer than I expected. But anyway, and then I put lettuce. That's it. So, and then you can put your own pomegranate arrows on.
I'm going to save those for a little later on because
tired.
I just don't want them popping all over the place.
Okay.
Now, we've got this crazy monkey thing not on this one.
It's not on that one.
Now, what's on this one?
What?
Okay,
that's Crazy Monkey, so that's banana.
Oh, it's banana. It is amazing. It looks like chicken mixed.
Oh, no, it's not chicken, it's banana.
I didn't want to be picking through stuff, but yeah.
It's, no, they're both vegan. It's all vegan. All of it.
Because if it had been chicken, I would have picked it out.
So I'm really impressed that the food truck is giving these out because, yeah, anyone can eat these. It doesn't have, it says spices and seasonings and stuff like that, but there's no, it doesn't include onion. So wow, I can eat it. I don't get a headache. That's terrific.
Well,
I mean,
awesome.
how many times do you get soup and it doesn't have onion?
Yeah.
So.
No, it's got to be a good. Oh, finish up your thought.
No, that's okay.
It's got to be a good source of protein, right?
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, lentils are great.
Does it say what percentage of proteins it has in there?
10 grams per. Like if you make the soup as directed, then it's 10 grams per. Oh no. Okay, it's servings per container 4. So I guess that'd be for this. Yeah, whatever. It's 10 grams of it.
10
if
grams divided amongst 4 servings. So that's 2.5 grams per. Servings are pretty small.
It's 10 grams in one serving. This is divided into 4.
Okay, there we go. So, well, that's pretty good, isn't it? I don't know what the daily...
And then, I mean, it depends. They call for, you can add whatever vegetables or whatever. But, you know, I'm finding it's good to cook with it, not making it as soup, but making it just as something like this. It's very tasty.
Put it in a variety of different things. Everything you've made's been tasty. Of course, sometimes you've added different types of sauces and things like that, and herbs, and they've all been tasty, all different tastes. That's the amazing thing. Well, it shouldn't be really that amazing. It's a basic kind of food, and the whole thing about it is trying to make it so it is tasty, because so many basic foods aren't that tasty. They're just well, you know, rice, corn, although I find corn tasty on the cob and stuff like that, but most of the staples just aren't that tasty. But you add some stuff, it's good, and if you add some really good stuff, you can make it healthier. Now, sometimes lentils have a little bit of a reaction with me, so I don't know if these ones are that way, but
you mean gassy?
Gas works,
yeah. So, well, you can always eat mint. You can take mint extract, and that'll help that.
The other thing is, with beans, if you mix it with something like corn, some sort of source of carbohydrates, wheat or whatever, that helps counteract the effect, apparently.
Anyway, so James is going to talk about Creedence Clearwater Revival once I am done. And I'm going to just mention, yes, it's top of the stack for me too. I listened to this while we drive to Waterton and back, or to other places and back for hiking. Then I put on all this summer and last summer, I put on music DVDs for James to watch because he loves music. And plus, when I'm driving, then I get to listen to music, you know, while I'm driving, which is way better than listening to a movie, because this vehicle that he got has a DVD player that still works in it. And so may as well use it, right? And so I've been the chauffeur, and he sits in the back and just watches the stuff, and he says it's great. It makes the drive just seem really short.
I kind of like the drive down to Cardston, but some of the other drives, like we did a drive up to
Dinosaur,
that was quite a long drive.
Yeah.
It went really, it was good. The trouble was, well, I guess we really didn't get lost, but
no, it's a little bit.
We could have, because I can't remember what I was watching. But
anyway, so there's one thing that I'll say about, like, I'm not a fan of Creedence Clearwater Revival, but I'm not a fan. I really respect people who actually know how to play music, play their instruments, and are good at what they're doing, and they are. So I can understand why James and so many people just love Creedence. But anyway, I'm listening to this and I'm like, same songs coming on again, but James is watching and it's different recording of it or whatever. And
Well, sometimes
different-
they were doing lip syncing.
Yeah.
Most of the time they were doing it live.
Yeah, which
And the thing
they're
with-
great live. So why even
It
bother?
was hard to tell the difference between
Yeah,
recording and
I
live.
don't know why anybody would have them lip sing their stuff, because they actually did it well live.
Unlike
it's just
so
as
many
good
of their
as
contemporaries.
listening to it recorded.
A lot of the
So-
stuff from back then live was pretty shambolic, and I'm talking
Well,
about the Rolling
not
Stones.
just back then. I mean, throughout rock and roll history, a lot of the live stuff is dreadful. And anyway, so my favorite part of this was I heard it through the grapevine, and there's a reason why they called this one Creedence Clearwater Revival. Heard it through the grapevine, a musical journey. It's awesome. I had never heard them do a
Their
version of
yeah.
I Heard It Through the Grapevine. Wow.
It was live,
It's-
from what I can tell.
I mean,
it's pretty well the same sound as they had on the record. It's amazing.
Yeah. So the I like the original I Heard It Through the Grapevine. But this is very different version, and it's kind of like, both are kind of spooky sounding, and this one's a little more aggressive sounding, a little more
I'd call it more defensive. In other
yeah.
words,
Okay.
it's over. I've
Very
heard it
much.
through the grapevine.
Yeah.
I know what you've been doing,
Yeah.
and it's over. I don't get the sense with John Fogerty that gives some people that he's going to pound on someone or whatever.
Only if somebody tried to hang around, I think.
Well,
it's
exactly
just
right.
it's very
Yeah.
much, yeah.
But with Marvin Gaye's, it's a very effective version. It's like got the women kind of whispering, singing in the background.
Yeah, that's nice too. But
It's
this doesn't have
spooky.
that, right?
It's like,
But
it's almost stalkerish, but
Yeah.
you know, he's heard it through the grapevine. He's not going out there following her around.
yeah,
But I know what you're doing.
yeah,
But with Creedence Clearwater Revivals, I know what you're doing, and you're not going to continue messing. It is doom laden. It doesn't have the
Yeah.
girl back up singing.
So
The Motown thing's a lot lighter.
as much as I didn't like listening to the same song over and over, like they played a few, like I don't like Proud Mary. I know everyone does. I don't.
Their lyrics on that one, I
But
mean,
Down on the Corner, they played it
Way too many
three
times.
Not necessary.
Willie and the Poor Boys, I think they played that a couple of times too, maybe 3 times.
I don't know.
Oh, is that Willie and the Poor? Well, that's Down on the Corner,
So
I guess. Yeah,
James
way
is
too
gonna, yeah, they played that a bit too.
That's
Anyway.
not Creedence's fault. It's the fault of the people who put it
Who
together.
put this together? Yeah, I mean, you can have it as extras. You can have,
Something like
you
that.
know, put some as extras at the end. Bonus features. You want to listen to this song recorded a few different times, but not on the main. It's not good enough. So that's a big deal, eh?
Not a 5-alarm fire,
So,
but it
as
sounds like
much
2-alarm
as-
fire.
Like this says 80 minutes on the back. They could have done better that way, because
Weird. They didn't know.
there's a lot more they could have put on here, and then put the repeats as bonus. So that's really my only criticism of this. Noel with Penelope Cruz, Susan Sarandon, Paul Walker, and Alan Arkin. There's some great acting in this, and when I first put this on, like I guess I'll tell you, I'm starting a Susan Sarandon Marathon, because I figured I may as well look at the actors that I like and just look at like a whole bunch of their work together at once and go that way, right? So that's what I'm gonna do for the next little while. And there'll be some other things I throw in just for a little bit of variety, but it's there's gonna be a lot of Susan Sarandon to go, because I like her as an actor. So when I was first put this on, I'm looking at the previews and I'm like, oh gosh, this is gonna be dreadful, because I was not liking the previews. But and then when this started, I thought, oh, Hallmark. Hallmark has a certain quality to it. And so but as it played, I'm like, no, this is awesome. And I gave this one, I think, a 4.5 out of 5 stars. The story is great. The acting is great. The only problem that I really have with Noel is the title. And I realize that when you're making a Christmas movie, you want people to know it's a Christmas movie. Because they're probably only going to watch it one time of year. So I'm going to tell you, put this on your list for watching for Christmas, or there are Christmas holidays around then, because this is worth seeing. It should have been called Christmas Angels. That's what it should have been called, and when you watch it, you will see that I'm right. Whoever came up with this title, you kind of ruined it. It took off 0.5 stars for me, the title, because you screwed it up. So, but aside from that, awesome job. I mean, you see, how can you really lose with Susan Sarandon and Penelope Cruz, for one thing? They're both just stunningly beautiful. And
very different looks.
Very different looks, but I mean, Penelope Cruz's hair, is there better hair?
It looks pretty awesome.
Awesome. It's always awesome. And they both have just beautiful eyes. Very different eyes.
Very different.
Very different look. And they're both good actors. And Penelope Cruz, I hadn't realized that she was so good at dancing. I don't think I've ever seen her dance in a movie before. Why don't they have her dancing in every movie? She's awesome. And her legs were so muscular. Show those off. Man.
So long as they're not too thin. Muscular legs.
Boy, she looked amazing dancing.
Muscular legs on women that are too thin look gross.
Yeah, I was very impressed with this movie and surprised, like I said. So put this on your list, your Christmas list, and just hurry past those previews because they're dreadful and they'll get you thinking that you're in for something awful, but this is not. This is great. It's a beautiful story. It almost brought tears to my eyes. So there you go. Father Brown complete season 9. I'd given up on Father Brown for a while there, so I hadn't seen this season. This was 2022. And I really don't like Father Brown. But they have this actress in here, Emmer Kenny, who plays Bunty Windermere, who is a full-figured woman. And wow, does she ever look hot. You know, I want to see more women with a little bit of meat on their bones in shows that look amazing. She has a beautiful figure because she has the muscle to hold it. That's the thing. You can be bigger, and if you have the muscle to hold everything in place, you look hot. So
if you look at old pictures of like Jane Russell and Marilyn Monroe together, they were real sex goddesses.
Yeah,
they
but
would
Marilyn
look,
Monroe jogged.
Chubby by today's standards, but they are about right. And Marilyn Monroe jogged. I don't know what Jane Russell did,
but I will say that we have this idea of the 50s. Oh, they like bigger women in the 50s. Not necessarily so. There were a few that they were really fond of. But I was watching, what was that show about that Playboy? Something Love Bob or something? Or
that thin woman
We All
there?
Love Bob or something like that.
Yeah.
And he was a photographer, and this was set back in the 50s.
Yeah.
And
it was a TV show.
Yeah. One show they're talking about this woman, she's like really hungry because she's dieted down to a 22-inch waist. And so they're talking about this, her 22-inch waist, and you went a little too far, you should be 22 and a half or whatever. Like, they're very particular about what they want. And I mean, 22 inches, that's tiny. And so that was the 50s. So there's this idea that men like bigger women back. You see the paintings of Rubenesque figures back in and so men like. Why would you think that? Men probably like the same build women. You don't know. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm a See, this is why I can't have a restaurant. My
All
hair
you do
ends
is
up in
wear a
everything.
hairnet, but
Or
it doesn't matter.
dog hairs end up in everything.
Well, Opie hairs, he's got little short white hairs. I don't care.
Yeah.
But it's just something that happens. It doesn't look great on camera, but it doesn't bother me. Anyway, the 50s, generally, women were much more full figure.
Okay.
The 40s, bad. Lots of women who smoked and stuff like that. And
Well, and
60s,
it depends on the fashions, too. I mean, if you have fashions like in the 50s, you have the skirts that would flare out, right? And that can hide
a lot of stuff.
a lot of hip.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a good thing.
I was shocked watching Beach Blanket Bingo. I thought that was early 60s, but it's like 65 or something like that. The women actually had decent figures. And then Twiggy hit. And the latter part of the 60s, the women started looking anorexic again, bulimic, whatever. So even in the first half, when you got 65, that's not even like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's the second half of the 60s. And the 70s were crazy. The last part of the 60s and the 70s were pretty well all the way through nuts. And it's basically been nuts ever since. I don't know why it's held on. So 40s, there were a lot of women smoking and stuff like that. I don't know. You think of Katharine Hepburn, too thin. Others.
But I've said before, I don't like the actor who plays Father Brown. I don't like how they have the police captain or whatever he is looking like a pretentious coward that doesn't actually is incapable of doing his job and whatever. It's just over the top, right? And I don't like a lot of the mysteries. They're not great. So having said that, for Father Brown, this wasn't a bad season.
You've seen other ones, in other words.
I don't like the addition of the one girl. I think that was the last episode. No, maybe the New Year's episode. I'm not sure. There's an addition of one actress, a young woman who ends up. She was a criminal or something like that. I've seen her in later, at least one later season of this. Don't like her. Don't like the addition. I don't like that they brought her in and made her a part of this show generally. And I mean, as much as I don't like some of the characters in this, I think almost all, they serve a good function as a whole. But the one girl, she did not. She doesn't. She shouldn't be in there. So
I just want to mention. It says Father Brown Mysteries in Sleepy Cotswold Village of Kembleford. So how many murders would you have in a sleepy, especially in England back then?
Sometimes it's silly.
Problem with Agatha Christie with Miss Marple things, She's in a small village, she's a murderer or whatever.
Yeah.
It just happens to be
Eventually, you just have to suspect Miss Marple because she's always there. As much as she's this cute little old lady that you're like, oh, can't be her. Well, it must be. So
it would be great to write a series.
Yeah.
And like Agatha Christie wrote one.
At the end, they have a whole lot of people that they have to release out of prison or apologies to families for sending their loved ones to the gallows.
That would be the thing. Because set up
it was always Miss Marple. So anyway, Indigo Girls.
That's
it's Pauline's
only like idea. Don't, if you steal it from her, we're going to sue.
I have lots of ideas that I give to people. But I tell you when I give ideas. So I don't like it when people just take them. But I love giving them to people. I pick who is best to have such idea. That's all. So when I put this on, James was looking at the box and he said, wow, well, they didn't get there on their looks. One of them looks like if you put a cap on her. Do you want to finish the thought?
Looks like Michael Moore. And just show it.
I know it does. But he's more like a combination of the two. Michael Moore is like a love child, but I think he's probably the same age or maybe even older than these
he's
two
older.
women. But anyway.
I mean, he looks older than these folks. I mean,
I expected to hear more music. This was put out in 2024, so this is not an old video or anything like that. And I didn't know, I've heard of the Indigo girls. I didn't know what they looked like. I didn't know anything about their music, never heard any of it. So
you might have heard some of it and it just never stuck.
Yeah.
That's
because what they played from the Indigo girls was just boring. It was boring folk music. And the lyrics weren't anything worth writing home about.
You're better at picking up lyrics than I am, but I'm going, elocute. When you sing,
I did like the harmonies
the words across.
For the most part. But I didn't hear enough of their music in this video. This went on forever. It's 123 minutes long. Are you kidding me? What did you think you had to say in 123 minutes?
She sounded like Don Cherry when she said that. And she's not like, are you kidding me?
They don't have a need for 123 minutes for a video. This was only 80 minutes long. And you get way more out of this. There's way more they could put out of this. Put into it. It's just they have so much. Yeah. These guys don't. So
maybe they
I'm
just
listening to this while I'm driving, and I'm like, oh my gosh, please shut up about politics. And they're talking about complaining about, oh, we were held back as performers or whatever, and we didn't get the ratings because of our
gender
and
then subgender identification, whatever it's called.
Yeah, because apparently they're both lesbians, but they're not a couple. Mm-hmm. And so
but first it was because they're women, and then
then there's issues with women. Oh yeah, well, if we were men, then we wouldn't have the critics would have taken us seriously as folk artists or whatever. And it's like, okay, James was pointing out rock critics really don't like folk music. They like Bob Dylan.
Hate it. They only like Bob Dylan because Bob Dylan electrified starting in 64, kind of like more like 65. They traditionally hated folk music.
Okay, and plus, not many people like politics, especially when you're throwing it in their face. Oh, you're a jerk because you're treating me. Who wants to be told they are? Anyway, if you're going to do politics, you got to make sure that it's not so overt or whatever, and that it's that a lot of people can relate to it. Fortunate Son.
Best protest song I've ever heard.
A lot of people could relate to that.
There's a lot of people nowadays that absolutely hate Creedence Clearwater's. He's wearing a lumberjack shirt, or I don't know if he ever actually wore the jackets, but
and at first they were
checks.
They were talking about women.